Prolific adult film actress Mia Khalifa has come under fire for posting the following photo on Twitter. Let's take a look. So this is it. When a news outlet mistakes Malala for Mia Khalifa, she's referring to a photo that went a little bit viral of Malala wearing jeans, and people made the jump. Maybe they were making jokes, or I have no idea, saying that it was Mia Khalifa. Not sure, but she's obviously making a joke about that, and it is her superimposed on an old photo of the Virgin Mary. I thought it was pretty silly, but Twitter went crazy over this. One Twitter user saying, "I thought all the premarital dick was going to solidify your seat to hell, but now this right here got you that first class ticket." You think they give out first class tickets to hell? Like you're 100% in, what do they call it? Like, what's lower than economy? Isn't there one that's lower than economy?
Well,
storage,
like no,
steerage?
The seat next to the bathroom that emits the fart scent every time you pass by on Southwest. That's the seat you're going to hell
there's no first class seat to hell, my dude. Then the next one is, not gonna lie, I'm not easily offended, but this struck a nerve. Even if it was a joke, I didn't find it funny. Thank you for sharing at Darth Jandro. But it sounds like you might be easily offended because it's a photo of what we can assume is a stranger to you. So unless he personally knows the Virgin Mary, we don't know. He could, Darth Andro, we don't know. Then the other one is from at Syed Torch. Cheers for Mia, respecting the fact that you worked hard to be where you are today instead of Malala, who has done nothing. So there was like an even balance of people that got it and people that didn't.
You said an even balance or an uneven balance? It sounds pretty uneven to me, G.
Okay, it was pretty uneven. But I would like to think that because the people. I was talking to Amir before we went to tape. Papers are flying everywhere because I just don't understand how someone could get this offended over a Twitter joke. She just turned herself into a meme. That's not a crime. I mean, is it even sacrilegious? If you say that it is sacrilegious, then you are taking all the power away from the religious entity that you worship. You don't think that the Virgin Mary's better than a Twitter meme? She's so much better. It doesn't reduce her value at all. It's not reductive at all to put Mia Khalifa's face on it.
First of all,
fuck over it.
I know, Mia Khalifa. I love her name. The reason why people are offended, Grace Baldridge, is because Mia was a prolific porn star. I mean, she rose to fame about 3-4 years ago because she was the only porn star having sex in a hijab, right? So she's Lebanese. She came to the country when she was 7. She was born in 1993, so she thinks she's 25 now. And she's Muslim. So in that religion, of course, the whole adult film industry element is frowned upon. Now, that's why I think people are more inflamed about her doing that, because as me and you talked about on camera, had it been Beyonce, people were like, oh my God, Beyonce, the Virgin Mary. Oh, rightfully so, because Beyonce's not doing something as controversial as Mia Khalifa. I love Mia Khalifa. Believe it or not, she's highly educated, very smart.
I believe that. I feel
but some people don't.
There's this false instinct, I guess, of assuming that someone has a certain intellect based off of the job that they happen to be doing.
Or how they look, or the nationality.
Which is just so not indicative of who they are as a person. Like just because someone is a sex worker, no,
sex worker,
or like I don't know what you call it. Is that right?
An adult film star.
Sure, but it's still like. But even okay, here's the thing. Even if so you're an adult film star, you're a sex worker. Both career fields exist. Both career paths exist. That to me is so not indicative of like who someone is intellectually and like what they value, what they study, how they educate themselves. So I guess the two fields are incredibly different. That's how little I know about
you're right.
this, but I would never come to that rush to that judgment of like Mia Khalifa is actually literate. Did you know? Like you didn't think that she could because she's a porn star, but she can read. Like what the fuck? Of course she. Like why would I assume that she couldn't?
Because you wouldn't, because you're a smart individual. But this leans on this.
But I'm a lesbian. I don't know. Like if you're a lesbian, can you be smart? Like that's what I mean.
Well,
like that's
I'm
how
a gay black male, and apparently I'm ignorant and misinformed. But let's not make it about LGBTQ. But what I will say is this though, in I find it super frustrating and very upsetting that people are always screaming and sending out this battle cry to be your authentic self, show us who you are, be who you are. But then when we do that and it's not in alignment with what you expected us to be, it's like, whoa, let me pump the brakes on that. Be who you are within the context or within the parameters of who I think you should be. Mia Khalifa, she is fully aware that she, has threesomes and she enjoys it, but she's also super funny on Twitter. She also has these really insightful and really informative tweets. She's a huge sports fan. She has a bachelor's in history from the University of Texas. This is someone that if you stop for a minute and do your research on her, you will see that she is more than just the sex worker, But because we're so quick with social media, this is a small sample of people that sent out these tweets that were offended. It's probably like what, 6, 7 people that were offended by this. Because of social media, we're so quick, the knee-jerk reaction is to shame, shame, shame because of what she's done in the past. This is someone who's also been disowned by her family, had death threats from people across the pond in Lebanon and other communities within the Muslim religion that have tried to take hits on her life. So I applaud her for living her truth and for not being afraid to just be like, listen, I'm in porn, this is what I do. She's wildly successful. I think for 1 year she was the most searched and downloaded person on Pornhub. And whether or not you think those are substantial accomplishments, she does have some merit and she does have value. So I don't know, again, I'm a fan of Mia Khalifa and I think the picture wasn't as offensive to me. I grew up Catholic, I went to catechism and even for myself, I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, there's worse pictures and worse things in the world to be pissed off about than a porn star mistakenly as the Virgin Mary.
It's just if there's so many worse things to be offended by, I couldn't believe that this was a story because I just think that it's silly and it's obviously a direct sort of jab at the whole Malala Mia Khalifa confusion, which I thought was actually really funny. And also, as you know, I'm a Christian. My Christian faith is very important to me, and I always get baffled by people that people who become really offended on the behalf of a God because. Who the fuck am I? Like to be offended, he's got it. And Virgin Mary, she's cool. She's not offended by a tweet. So why are you doing that? Why are you getting upset on the behalf of a religious entity? Because
religion is one of those things that people can easily justify their behavior behind. So it's like, oh my God, I'm this super devoted Catholic. How dare you? It's like this shrouded banner of protection because that's faith and religion are such strong things. And I have friends who everything they go back. If you have a conversation with them, everything goes back to religion. They will justify eating this burger because God. They'll justify buying that car because God. It's an easy out for some people, not all people. I also my uncle's a pastor of an AME church, so I get the whole how religion influences people's lives, how it's positive for them, how it's changed their life. But I think some people use that as a dagger. They weaponize religion in any way, shape, or form, at any chance they can, just to justify their fucked up mentality.
Yeah, I think that's probably what happened here. But what we say here at Pop Trigger is Mia Khalifa, you do you, girl, because Jason's a huge fan, and we think that you
not of her porn, just of what she does on Twitter.
You could be a fan of her porn.
It's not my judge. I'm not really.
Well, we're gonna go watch some as soon as we're done.
Wait, I got a video right here. Hold on, let me see.
And we want to hear from you guys in the comment section below. What did you think of this story? Could you believe that people were outraged over a photo on Twitter? Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more dope videos. Dope. And we'll see you next time on Pop Trigger.